her and another sister, but my parents were not there, so I didn't know exactly what to do because I kind of felt like I was supposed to be her mother, and so it just really scared me. And it was also during exam week, and so that was really stressful. But so basically the whole time I didn't know what was going to happen. They were telling me like she needed a surgery, and she needed it was going to be a nicely length surgery, about 3 to 4 hours, maybe something in there. I was like, okay, all right. So I went and I take my exams and I come out and I'm like, okay, Bethany should be in surgery now. I find out she's actually not, and a couple hours she went in, and instead of being 3 to 4 hours, it was actually about 8 hours of surgery, and nobody felt like they really had to tell me what was going on, so I didn't actually know what had happened until like a couple of days later, and then I was able to visit her, and that was nice. But then that surgery that she had, it actually caused her back to curve a lot. So most people stand like this, and she was standing like this, like her spine was curving. And so they knew she needed to get another surgery for that. So in January, she had that surgery, and I was here with my sister, and she was a long way away in South Africa. And so I was just really worried for her. And I don't know, back surgeries, they are so dangerous. And I was just so scared for her. And I knew that I had to trust God because I knew that there was really no other way, but inside I was just like doubting, like, what if she dies? What if she gets hurt and she's paralyzed? What if all these things happen and Bethany's never gonna be the same again? Or what if I don't ever see her again? And so that was just really hard for me to trust God there. But then she had her surgery, and I didn't actually find out how it went for a few days. But so that was a moment of suspense for me. But then I found out that she's doing great. She has a back brace now that she has to wear. That starts up here, and it like continues down to like around there. And she's actually getting that off in a couple months because it's been almost 6 months. So I'm really excited about that. And just through this whole experience, I learned that there's absolutely no way that I could have changed, that I could have helped Bethany in any way, because I'm thousands of kilometers away from her. There's nothing that I could have done, and I only had God that I could trust. And yeah, so basically that was amazing for me because I did get to learn how to trust God more, and it's still a struggle every day, but that definitely was a huge growing experience for me in that.
It's one more song to sing, and it's going to sum up what we've been singing about, trusting in God. And it comes from the verse in the Bible that says, "Some trust in chariots, some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God." After the choir is done singing, is finished, we would, if you want to ask each one of them if they have another story to tell you of how they had to trust God. Okay? And also, watoto, wanafunzi, wanataka kucheza. Now, wait. Sawa? All right? I think I said that correctly. So, this last song, again, I hope we have encouraged you today to trust in God.
Trust in the name Caleb Bannister. I'm with the Rift Valley Academy tour for choir. We've been going to many places. This is personally, this is my second time being to Gertrude's Children's Hospital. As you can see, all of us are here, and we have one more place to go to today, and then we'll finish with two more tomorrow. So yeah.
My name is Hanel Yi. I come from Rift Valley Academy. And this is choir tour right now, and we have the theme of trust through time for this year. A trust story of mine is, I think it's the concept of trust, not an event that happened in my life, but the concept of trust. As in, we trust in God. We say we trust in God, but do we really actually understand what that means? What the importance of the word God has? If we do truly believe in God, then we'll automatically trust in God, because God, in Matthew 6 says, is providing for us. If He feeds the birds in the air, then why won't He feed us and clothe us? Why do we worry so much? Times may be rough right now. It may get rougher. I don't know, but God does have a plan. And God will do something through you and in you.
Hello, my name is Elwood Nelson, and I'm the choir director from Rift Valley Academy in Kajabi. This is my choir out here playing with the students. We have 55 members in our choir, and this weekend we are going around and giving concerts at various places, and our theme for this mini tour is trusting God through time. And the songs we have been singing have been meant to bring a message of encouragement, of hope, that we can trust in God no matter what the circumstances. So we have been traveling around yesterday, today, tomorrow, and just presenting this message through music. We have talked about the Bible characters like Abraham, who had to trust God to go somewhere he had never been before, or of Moses, who God told him to go do something he was so scared to do, but he did it. And of Job, the character in the Bible who many bad things happened to. He lost his family, he lost all his animals, everything. But still he could trust God through time. And Mary, the mother of Jesus, who as a young girl must have been very scared and frightened to all of a sudden be expecting a baby and not know what to do. We have talked about some characters even in modern day who many bad things have happened to. Our students will give little examples of where they had to trust. Was God really going to be there? And so we hope that this message that we have come with can encourage you. We are also glad to be here at St. Gertrude's because I know my students love to play with children, and I think you can see them interacting, talking. We want to just encourage them, put a smile on their face, and hopefully that we can have a good time together. So thank you very much, Gertrude's Children's Hospital, for having us. And we have really appreciated this opportunity and hope that we have brought some encouragement and excitement for you.
much for coming. It's much appreciated, and I believe you saw how the children were happy. Though some of the children were quite sick, some of them could not come from the wards, but what you guys did was amazing. At least I could hum through a song, only one, but soon I'm joining the choir, so am I welcome? And I need a t-shirt. Yeah, thank you guys so much, and thank you so much for accepting the invitation and just coming and performing for the children. And Gertrude as a whole, we are happy to have you. Next year, I hope you're going to come back again, not after 2 years. So, karibuni sana, and as you go back, take our greetings from Gertrude's Hospital, and next year, and I believe, or I'm praying that you guys can come maybe during Christmas, because we normally do Christmas for the children, so you can just perform for the children. Thank you guys so much, and may God bless you abundantly.
Hi everyone. Hi. As you've heard, my name is Beatrice Ngolia. I'm the nurse in charge today. I would like to say I appreciate your coming here to this hospital, to Gertrude Children's Hospital. It was a nice surprise to our children because they didn't know what is going to happen. When we told them to come down, especially the bigger ones, then they had your concert. I'm calling it a concert because it felt like one to me. Your music is beautiful. It's spiritual. I like it. And then the stories, they were very touching. And then your message, the one you are